prep sports in the USA Today. It's the R&B Show, the podcast dedicated to prep sports in the USA Today Network, Wisconsin area, and beyond. Featuring Ricardo Arguello.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you're in the kitchen, eating up all the food.
And Brett Christopherson.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you either. You just watch yourself.
Produced by Jim Rosendick.
The once great chef, now a study in muffishness.
And Trent Tetzloff.
He's a good kid. Capable.
And now, the best dang prep sports duo in Wisconsin. Here's Ricardo and Brett.
Oh, yeah. We're here on a Tuesday.
Oh, more music.
We're over there. You okay, Rosie?
Yeah, this is going nuts.
You've had a
today.
bad couple days, my friend.
I have.
I don't want to poke the bear, so I'll leave it at that.
It's just because it's Tuesday, a special Tuesday edition.
Yeah, and,
had to move things back a week or a day, right?
We had to move it up a day because you guys are heading to or no, where were you heading
Mosinee,
to? Mosinee.
Me and Rosie,
Mosinee.
I think, are going to Mosinee for the President Trump rally at the Central Wisconsin Airport. We need to live stream that event tomorrow night. So everything's today is actually our Wednesday, even though it's Tuesday.
It's our Wednesday, but it's a Tuesday.
That's what I just said, yeah.
It's kind of weird. It might throw me off a little bit, Brett.
Well, you're kind of crabby.
I'm not crabby.
Why are you so crabby today?
I'll tell you why I'm crabby. Let me explain why. Because we had a very nice guest yesterday, Kevin King. Come on the show. And you guys are...
No, move on.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, now move on. You wanted to know. I thought
he was a great guest. We had a fun show last night.
We'll leave it at that then.
By the way, congratulations to Josh Jones on his engagement.
Yes, and... he bent the knee, and now he will have a wife.
On bended knee. Why do I start thinking about Boys to Men?
I call bend the knee. I was thinking of Game of Thrones.
I wanted to talk to Kevin King last night because I wanted to ask him about a place in Oakland if he's ever been there. But I couldn't. So.
Oh well,
maybe next time.
Who wants to go to Oakland? Even the Raiders don't want to stay.
Warriors
don't want to stay in Oakland.
Bad. I like Oakland.
Warriors are going to San Fran. Oakland Raiders are moving to Vegas.
The R&B Show, episode number 9 of our second season, is the only podcast dedicated to high school sports in the Fox Valley. I'm your co-host, Ricardo Arguello, and sitting alongside me, as always, is Brett Christopherson, both of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Don't forget about Jim Rosendick, Rosie, and Trent Tetzloff. They're here, too, so we have a little fearsome foursome, one of the things you mentioned
question
yesterday.
last night, yeah.
But here's a couple of the topics we're going to talk about. First off, the WIAA playoffs. What do we know after round 1 and heading into round 2? Brett and I will break that down, and then if you don't mind, I may talk a little bit about the WIAA cross country state meet that's happening this Saturday. Both myself and Mike Sherry will be heading up there to Wisconsin Rapids and checking out the nearly 300 runners from the G10 markets that will be competing there. Brett,
going to the Ridges.
Yeah, including 5 boys and 5 girls teams. From the post-Crescent coverage area. It's going to be very exciting. And then after that, Brett, I'll let you talk just real briefly about your post-Brewers hangover. It was a tough weekend. And then Brett will also unveil the topic for this week's fantasy draft.
Yep, it's my turn.
So let's go. Let's talk right away. WIAA playoffs. Brett, you and I last week were there at Menasha, Hortonville, along with Rosie. Thoughts, quick takeaways from that.
Well, first takeaway was thanks to everybody who watched. Man, the viewership numbers were fantastic on Facebook and live stream. A really good level 1 game, which makes me even more excited going into levels 2, 3, and 4. And I know I'm not supposed to say levels, but it's just old habits die hard. Old habits die hard. But thoughts on the teams? Menasha boy looked explosive, didn't they? Riley Zerpel, 5 touchdowns total. Was it 3 through the air?
3 through the air.
2 rushing. A lot of different weapons, big offensive line, big defensive line, and Blue Jays look equipped. As we talked about it on Friday in our Varsity Game of the Week post-game show, they look like they can make a run, but they need to take care of the football, right, or eliminate the mistakes. Yes. There was some late touchdowns by the Polar Bears that kind of made the score a little bit closer than maybe what it seemed at the time, but things they need to clean up, and I guess that's the great way of moving forward if you're Menasha and Jeremy Korth, is that you got the win, but you still have some teaching points, and you can keep these guys grounded because they have a tough game coming up. I don't know. You don't maybe think so,
but
it
is. I think Menasha wins this one quite handily.
Going to Marshfield, in a second round game over in Marshfield, undefeated Tigers, but We'll see.
Is that my homerism popping through there, Brett?
I know you got all 7 divisions won by USA Today Network Wisconsin teams.
No, that's not true.
But I was very impressed with what I saw with Menasha, and I think you put it perfectly. That's what you expect out of the Blue Jays, right? The athletes, the explosiveness, the home run threat every time they touch the football, and we saw it. And boy, Riley Zerpo just was. He's got some wheels, doesn't he?
Yeah. What's going on here? We're good? Okay, gotcha. All right. Rosie just doing some adjusting here as I guess the audio's not great. You can't hear my beautiful low voice here, Rosie. Is that what you were doing there? Again, Rosie, best producer around, him and Trent Tetzlaff. Brett, let me break down these or show you what we have coming up here. These the teams we have left here
in the second round.
Coverage area. In the second round. Division 1, Appleton North at Bayport. That's our live stream, Brett.
Yeah, we got to go and do a live stream check this afternoon up there in Howard Swamico.
Yeah, we do. And I hope Bayport doesn't hate me, but I am picking Appleton North to win that one. I'm a big fan of Appleton North. You know that, Brett. And this matchup, for the last, they've met 6 times in this decade. 4 wins have come by Appleton North.
Well, and I know you were on High School Sports Extra this past weekend on WFRV Channel 5 with Lily Zhao. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, but my name is now Brett Christmason.
Leave her alone.
Nice.
Lily Zhao referenced me as Brett No, it was like Brett Christmason. Like she just didn't know what to say, so she just went.
Don't they have a teleprompter?
They do.
PH is
maybe this guy who I've known for years could have corrected her, and they could have reshot the clip. But anyway,
she could have been flustered from Ricardo's presence.
That must have been it, right?
Yep.
Anyway, did she not say that Bayport was down their quarterback and running back?
Yes, in week 1. So, and you know. What we know about Appleton North is they can score points.
They can score points. They're a little bit more explosive than De Pere. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way. So if that's the case moving forward, I'm going to go with you and say the Lightning are going to go on and take on Kimberly.
Yeah, well, you say that because the next round is or the next game we're talking about is Nina at Kimberly, Brett.
Kimberly. And listen, we talked about this. It was at our Week 6 stream where we went to Rocket Stadium, and Kimberly put a thumping on the Rockets, 38-0. And I was wondering, how is this going to move forward if they were to play again? Well, here they are in the second round, and there is no way that Nina's not thinking about that 38-0 beatdown earlier in the season, right? There's no way. It isn't that far removed from when that game was played that so much can change to make up a 38-point deficit. I think the Papermakers are actually going to roll in that one.
Yeah, and here's my message to Nina, and I love Nina. I love the folks there.
I do too.
Very, very close friends there. Too much yapping. There's too much yapping going on for a team that has not done anything. You guys haven't done anything. You guys got to beat some of the big boys before you can start yapping. That's my whole point here. You can't start yapping until you beat the big boys, and this is a great opportunity for you to do it. But if you don't do it, again, no more yapping for the rest for next year for sure. You can't be talking any of that stuff until you get the job done. At least once. You got to do it one time.
It was running clock against Nina and Fond du Lac in Week 8, both games that we streamed. And, I mean, can they make up that difference? It's got to be in their back of their minds thinking, oh, boy, you know, this is going to be a tough matchup for us. It's not like last year where it was really if it was that close regular season game, then, yeah, you're thinking, whoa, okay, this might be a ball game. But 38-0, Ricardo.
That defense, I don't know what's wrong with that defense.
I don't know either.
They were supposed to be something that they hung their hats on, and not coming through. I'll tell you that right now. Division 2, we talked about it briefly. Menasha at Marshfield. Marshfield, Paper Tigers.
Ooh.
Paper Tigers. Menasha's going to go in there. They're going to beat them. Brett?
I'll go with Menasha. I'm going to go with you just because the VFA West was definitely down this year.
You think?
And Menasha looked impressive for the most part against Hortonville. I'm going with the Blue Jays in that their athletes and their explosiveness.
Look. Division 3, Freedom at West De Pere, and then Seymour at Notre Dame. Brett, real quick.
West De Pere and Notre Dame win those games.
Okay, I did have both West De Pere and Notre Dame meeting in one of those later playoff games as well. Division 4, so here we go. Interesting games here. Obviously, Little Chute should be favored, and they will be against Chilton.
Yeah, Mustangs win that game.
Oh, okay. Wrightstown at Winneconne?
I think Mustangs got a break with Chilton beating Denmark because the Little Chute Denmark game in Week 8 was a tight matchup. But Denmark's got some athletes, so I think credit Chilton, but I'm going with Little Chute. Obviously, strength of the conference, Northeastern better than the Eastern Wisconsin.
Winneconne, no bueno. I'm telling you right now. My Amro boys beat them. The only loss in the year came to Amra, which will get beat this week.
That'll set up a nice matchup between Little Chute and Wrightstown again.
It will. That's going to be a great matchup. Amra will lose to St. Mary Springs this week. Division 7, Reedsville at Hilbert. Hilbert. All right, now it's time to go over to Rosie and Trent real quick. I'm going to run these down. You guys give me your teams, all right?
Okay.
Here we go. Division 1, Appleton North at Bayport. Rosie?
North.
North as well.
Okay, well, that's a surprise coming from a North grad. Nina at Kimberly. Rosie?
Kimberly.
Trent?
Kimberly.
All right, Division 2, Menasha at Marshfield. Rosie?
I'm going with Marshfield.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, he's from the Central group too. Well, so are you actually.
Yep.
Okay, Trent.
Menasha.
All right, Division 3, Freedom at West Up here. Rosie.
Freedom.
Okay.
Whoa,
wow.
that's an upset.
All right, that is an upset. Okay, Trent.
West of Pier.
Okay.
Even though it's probably not going to happen.
Keep in mind,
Seymour at Notre Dame.
Yeah, Freedom's a small team in Division 3 enrollment-wise.
Yeah.
Rosie.
What was that?
Seymour at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Okay, Trent.
Notre Dame.
Okay, Division 4, Chilton at Little Chute. Rosie.
Little Chute.
Trent. Oh,
Wow.
I gotta go Little Chute.
Okay, he has to go Little Chute.
You fear the stang, right?
Brett's getting a little ticked off here. Wrightstown at Winneconne.
Wrightstown.
Wrightstown.
Okay, and then Reedsville at Hilbert.
Hilbert.
I'm gonna go Reedsville.
Reedsville, he's
all right.
going with the Panthers. Didn't they have like a first ever win against Suring, like 60-6? So I thought I saw it.
They're both one-loss teams, so they're both very good teams.
First home playoff win in forever.
Outstanding.
For
well, we're going to see how this all plays out here. So we got everyone on lock here, everyone on record now with these predictions.
That's right.
It's really going to start.
Boy, Rosie, you're going to look like a mad genius if Freedom somehow pulls out that
the
win.
nitty gritty. I mean, we're getting close. The state quarterfinals are next week, and then it really. Boy, just think about the potential matchups, guys. If you could get a Kimberly Appleton North again or a Kimberly Bayport. Oh boy, and then
Are we going to be at one of those games, Brett?
I would think so. And then, boy, you think about that state semifinal, which potentially could be Fond du Lac Kimberly at Titan Stadium. That might break our live stream record.
It might.
It better.
I think it would. I think it would.
Yeah, because it magnifies everything. I mean, the streak, throw it out the window. That's gone. Whatever. But now it's like. It's people, even though it's not, the kids won't think about it that way, but it will be a revenge game. That's what everyone's going to label it as.
Well, and I saw somebody ask on Twitter if that were to happen, or maybe I saw it on the WisSports.net fan forum, but that might be considered one of the biggest games in state history because of just, I mean, there's
how
just
great the teams
the
are.
storylines have been such tight games.
And it should have been the state final if they would have
Fond du Lac
made
snapping
it
the
so.
streak on a last-second field goal, so it was a really tight game between these two teams, and you know it's going to be a tight game again because they're so well coached. Gosh, I hope that happens.
How lucky have we been to see like the last 6 matchups between these two?
Very lucky.
Crazy.
Very lucky.
That's because I'm on top of it.
That's
right.
Brett's there, man.
It's just wow.
We just got lucky. We did say
Blessed.
that though with the Kimberly streak. We're pretty fortunate. We got all the big games, including the one at the Bonta Bowl that nobody else was at that actually established the state record of 49 in a row when they beat Appleton West. Like, where is everybody? We're here streaming.
Here's the thing. Here's the great thing about it. We were at that game. We were at the one where the streak was broken, and we were at the one where it started, Menasha at Kimberly.
Yeah. So we got all. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate.
Was that the one that Menasha actually hung with them?
Yes,
until
they were
about
there right till the
fourth quarter,
mid fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then Kimberly just opened the floodgates.
And I believe that was Menasha's last year in the UFA.
I like to say we have the finger on the pulse, right?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, that's what makes our team so great.
Yeah, well,
we got a great team.
All right,
team,
next topic,
team,
gentlemen.
Everybody, nobody.
Speaking
is,
of teams,
WI cross country at state.
A lot of teams going there.
Almost 300 runners from the G10 markets will descend on Wisconsin Rapids for that state meet over at University Ridge. University Ridge?
No. The Ridges.
The Ridges.
Golf
That's
course.
right. I'm sorry.
Nice course.
The Ridges.
Too.
It is. And
Rosie's golfed it.
I golf there pretty much 2-3 times a year. So.
Well, here's the thing. Let me say a little something about covering the state meet at that particular golf course. It's a nice golf course. It's really nice, and they do a good job. It's always freezing there. There's always some weather problem that has nothing to do with the golf course, obviously. Where they put us is an abomination.
That's right. Yeah.
It is terrible down there where they have the media set up. It's like in the clubhouse, but it's down below. Technically, you're not supposed to use the bathrooms down there for some reason.
Really?
They have it. Sometimes they have the yellow tape around it, and the reason why is because they don't clean it or they don't restock it with the normal toiletries that you would expect from the bathroom. Yes, at a golf club. Okay, this is an actual golf course.
Yeah.
And not just that. For the last 4 or 5 years, the entrance pane has been, there's a broken glass pane door that has been that way for 5 years. I don't know if they need a donation or something to get that thing fixed, but it's a laughing topic every time we go there. Oh, there it is. It's still broken. The window. It's a glass door. You open it and it's shattered.
Really?
It's shattered. Yeah.
I should talk to Goose about that. See what he says.
Yeah. Tell them they got to upgrade their facilities in my way.
Is Maverick hanging
Yeah, I
around
was
with
just
them
gonna
too?
say.
Yeah, you betcha.
Danger zone. All right, but
Well, here's my question: Why do they run it at the ridges? Can't you find a?
well, that was one of my top 10
different
things that maybe
course?
we should do is have the cross country state meet be at different courses. I think maybe some courses don't want their courses ripped up or blah 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 whatever. But it's right before. I mean, it's going to be healing, right? They're not going to have any more golf the rest
Not
of the
much.
season.
Although their courses are still open, you can still
Yeah.
play them, but until you really get that thick frost,
Yeah.
kind of. But they'll go into November, some of these courses. But you would think that I always thought it was peculiar that they picked a course in Wisconsin Rapids. No offense to Rapids,
Yeah,
I'm from
yeah,
Stevens Point,
yep.
but isn't there something in Madison that these kids could run?
Yeah, I agree with that. Or
I don't know.
like I said,
or
every,
moving around.
every
Century?
couple years, every
not
three
Century.
every 3 or 4 years, switch it to another place. I'm like, I think the athletes would like to have
Yeah.
different courses to run on. It doesn't always have to be University Ridge, or the Ridges. I'm sorry, is that what I called it?
The Ridges.
The Ridges,
You're thinking about University Ridge down in Madison, where the state.
You'll
golf-
have to think of a
Ugh.
nickname for that, like you call Camp Randall the Rug.
The rug, I do
rug.
call it the rug.
Can I give a shout out to the cross country runners and those kids work so hard.
Yeah.
And in the training that and I know because my son Connor, my youngest, runs. Well, he just finished his cross country season. He's more of a sprinter in track. He goes out for cross country to stay in shape and actually really caught the bug this year. Really got into it.
Because it's cool. If you're a runner,
They work hard. They lift. They're out on and what I saw. So he had a sectional meet in Kiel on Saturday. I'm not kidding. It was near whiteout conditions at one point with all the snow and the sleet falling, especially when the girls went running. I felt so bad for the girls because the wind just really picked up. It was snowing hard, and when they started, and keep in mind they're in tank tops and short shorts.
That's true,
they're not
yeah.
protected really, and they're running out, and their heads are down. They're not even looking where they're running because it's coming right in their face. And I'm thinking,
Jeez.
I respect all athletes, especially football players, no doubt. But, there's always this connotation that football players, we're all tough, and we're
Yeah.
doing this and that.
well,
and
not just
everything
that,
else,
and
but
wrestlers too, and all that kind of stuff.
I want to see
same
some of
thing.
those guys do what these cross-country athletes, boys and girls, in the training runs and what they have to put up with, and the weather conditions, like you said, and running up hills on these courses. And they don't get enough credit for what they put in, and wrestlers too, for that matter. I don't think they get enough credit for the hard work that they put in. And everybody works hard, but I just wanted to give a little shout out to the cross country athletes out there that you are respected highly by a lot of people because they put in the work big time.
Well, that segues into our varsity roundtable later tonight with cross country runners Rowan Ellenberg of Kimberly, Matt Meinke of Neenah. They're friends of the show. They've been on before, so we're going to Brent. That's a great question to bring up to them about that, the conditions that they run in, because these guys also ran in some peculiar conditions as well this past weekend. So it'd be great to get their kind of thoughts on that.
I know Connor, when he was done with conference at Freedom and with Kiel, he was all muddy because the course is still wet from all the rain we've had, and they just caked with mud. And all he's in is his tank top and shorts. He's no gloves, no hat. I mean, you can wear that, but
Well, let me tell you,
there's an element. There's elements that they have to contend
they're
with.
expecting unsavory, I guess, climate conditions for Saturday. It's not going to be fun. 50%, I guess, precipitation, I think. And if that's the case, I got to wear my boots out there. I can't go walking around there with my Nikes.
I've been at that
That's
course
true.
for a meet too, and it's a pretty good watching course because you can sort of intersect where they're coming. You can move, but it's going to get a little muddy, especially with all the rain we've had.
Yeah, you got to protect those Cortezes, man.
Oh, I'm not bringing those along. That's for sure. But yeah, well, good luck to everyone participating in the cross country state meet. Best of luck. We have some great teams there and some top individuals, so I'm expecting some champions, possibly some champions. I don't know if we'll have a team champion, but I think some of our individual runners, especially Fauski from Kaukauna, Anna Fauski, she may actually be in line to possibly contend for that girls' D1 championship. So, and also give a shout out to Freedom Girls Cross Country. They're the defending Division II state champs. So best of luck there, ladies. Brett, it's time to talk about your post-Brewers hangover.
Do we have to? So disappointing. World Series starts tonight. It's going to be tough. I'll watch a little bit of it, I'm sure. But, man, I thought Game 7, I thought they had it. I thought after Game 6, they looked so good. And then what happened? The bats were silent again, other than the Yelich homer in the first inning. Dodgers are not an easy team to like. There are a couple punks on that team.
Easy with the
Yes,
punks.
A little cockiness there. Puig and Machado.
Puig's
I'm
not
talking
your
to you
favorite
guys.
player?
Yeah.
Was that like the Jose Bautista bat flip from Yasiel Puig there? What did you guys think of that?
Yeah, it's like, he did next to nothing in that series and didn't play a real good outfield, but yet there he is with his antics. And I did read a story today though that Machado is not embracing the fact that he's a villain. I don't think he likes that. Well, then maybe clean up your act.
Yeah.
All right? Quit acting like a knucklehead out there.
Like a chump, man.
But hey, this is the thing, and we were talking about this with the Brewers in 08 and 11, their recent playoff runs. It felt like one-year wonders, right? Because they went kind of all in with CC Sabathia in 08, and then with Greinke and Markham, and Prince Fielder was getting ready. You knew that he was not going to re-sign with the Brewers. This feels different. This does not feel like the end. This feels like a team that's ready to make that next step. Last year they were one win shy of making the playoffs. This year, 1 win shy of making the World Series. A lot of young talent, a lot of young electric arms. And I think David Stearns is not going to sit idly in the offseason. I think that hot stove league is going to be very hot for the Brewers, and they're going to pick up a guy or two, either free agency or make a trade, and I think they're going to be right there in the mix again next year. So I'm looking forward to it.
As a Cardinals fan, I agree with you.
It's going to be a fun division.
Brewers are definitely built to last. I don't see them falling back to the pack.
Do you think this run could maybe make Milwaukee a little bit more attractive to free agents? People want to come here and play, maybe.
Why not? You're always assured of playing a game. You don't have to play in the bitter cold. Everybody talks about Chicago, but you know how it is in the springtime with that wind off the lake and in Wrigley Field. It's just brutal. Yeah. Same with Cleveland, Detroit. All the Minnesota. I mean,
even St. Louis.
New York.
St. Louis. You ever been in St. Louis in July? It's like 102 at Busch. Yeah. It's terrible.
San Francisco gets that wind whipping off the bay, and that's really cold out there. Milwaukee, you got climate control. Milwaukee's a nice town.
Milwaukee's. I mean, Miller Park's a nice. For those of you who have been to different parks, Miller Park ranks right up there for me. I've been in a lot of ballparks, and that's a very, very nice ballpark.
Nice conditions, and now you got a young team with a kind of an innovative manager. Although I think it's going to get more traditional when you move those arms from the bullpen to the starting rotation. But I'm excited. So I wasn't like devastated that they lost. I was just disappointed. I really thought they would have come out looking a little bit better. But kudos to the Dodgers. But I want to get your thoughts quick before we go to the fantasy draft. Why was Dave Roberts, right? Yep. Why do I always say Brian Roberts? That must
be
somebody.
He was a second baseman for
the
Orioles.
Dave Roberts. Why, when you're up 5-1 in the ninth, you bring in Clayton Kershaw? There was no reason for that. It was
just to make sure it was.
There was nothing that was going to happen.
You don't know that, Brett.
Kenley Jansen had it locked down.
Yeah, and the Brewer bats weren't doing anything. I'm sorry, Jesus Aguilar, you had a great first season. Get lost. I don't need to see you play first base for the Brewers next year. I hope he's packaged in a trade and they get an actual first baseman that can put the ball in play. What do you do at second base? I don't want to see Jonathan Scope anymore.
No, I want to package him with Aguilar.
Mustakas, what do you do with him? I think you let him go and put Shaw back at third.
I don't know. Adanasio said something about. He said that it looks like the team's going to be a lot of the same guys next year.
Really?
So it'll be interesting to see if he stands true to that.
Well, maybe a fresh offseason and a full offseason with the Brewers for Scope could help him regain the magic he had in Baltimore. But maybe you let Travis Shaw play first. But that Aguilar's coming back. They're not going to let a 30-home run guy go, and they're giving him another opportunity. No. I just don't see it.
I think he was a good clubhouse presence, too.
Who I'd like to see it get lost is number 8. Get him going. Let's put a young corner outfielder out there. And
Santana even.
Cut our losses with Ryan Braun.
How many? It seems like his contract is never ending.
No, it goes through 2060. Didn't you know that?
Oh, okay, all
he's
right.
going to be like 80 years old then, but he fleeced Doug Melvin on that one.
Player
you can
slash.
only trade him to the Dodgers.
You need to get him some more of that vitamin S. Come on, guys. All right, hey, let's go on to our fantasy draft.
All right.
Let's do it, Brett. You choose the topic, my friend. You're going to keep track of the list, right?
Last week's topic was Halloween candy, right? The best Halloween candy?
Yes.
This week, we're gonna keep it a sports theme, and I want your top sports movies of all time, right? Sports movies, because there's a lot of good ones out there. Mm-hmm. And Rocky can be you can go Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are separate movies. It's not the one franchise.
Got you.
So top movies. Rosie, because you won last time, you're going to be third.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to go Trent 1, Ricardo 2, Rosie 3. So sports movies, let me write it down. Trent, Ricardo, and Rosie. So
now remember, Brett is the judge and the jury.
And the executioner.
So go ahead.
I can already tell you're not winning, Ricardo.
I know, probably not. So go ahead, Trent.
This one's going to be fun. My number 1 is going to be Space Jam.
Ooh, yeah.
Interesting. Very entertaining movie.
Yep.
Space Jam. Okay, got it down. MJ.
Okay. Is it my turn, right?
It is Ricardo, yes.
Okay, I will go. I'm going to go with Rocky.
I know you would.
Because
the original?
I want to go with Rocky too, but I'll go with Rocky though because
Okay.
it's an Academy Award winner.
It was Best Picture, wasn't it?
Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Rosie, you're up.
Hoosiers.
Oh wow.
Now, Ricardo, am I going back to Rosie? And
Yeah,
going
no,
backwards?
yeah. Rosie has one more.
So
I get back to back.
Yeah.
Rudy.
Ooh.
Boy, that's a pretty good 1-2 combo. Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Major League.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good one. I like it.
And Trent?
Coach Carter.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Coach
another good
Carter.
one. A lot of the young kids like Coach Carter, I've noticed, Brett.
All right, Trent, you're up again.
I gotta go with Field of Dreams.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one. Ricardo?
just stone.
Oh, man. This is tough.
There's plenty of them out there. Some good ones that you guys have.
Now, again, these are just personal things. A film that I thoroughly enjoy. Most people might find it kitschy. The Program. Remember that
Oh,
one?
I remember the program. That was
It's a
that
football
was
one.
Good.
Brett, you've seen that, right?
I have, and that it already eliminates you from
Okay, all right.
contention.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rosie. You got the next two.
Man. Gosh, I guess I'd have to say Bull Durham.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's the one I should have picked right there.
And Rosie?
Let's see.
Boy, this is...
Well, if it's I don't know if it actually. No, it's more of a comedy, so it really can't be. Or can it be even if it's a comedy with sports attached to it?
Say it.
Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah, that's a sports movie.
I was gonna say
Sure.
that one too.
Okay. Good. Those are good ones.
Ricardo?
8 Man Out
8 Men Out with, yep.
with the Sox
Black
scandal.
Sox scandal, yep. Shoeless Joe. And then Trent, you got the next two?
Did anyone say Remember the Titans?
No, a good one,
No.
though. I was
good.
wondering about that one. And you got one more.
The Rookie.
The Rookie's a good one. Ricardo, one more for you.
Blindside.
That's a good side.
That was a good one.
And Rosie.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday
Awesome.
I
Night
had
Lights.
that one too.
Very good.
Interesting that I didn't see The Natural. I didn't see Bad News Bears. I thought that would be
Oh, I
a
forgot about
classic.
Bad News
And
Bears. That
Some,
would've been
some
in
other
there.
Rocky ones. I thought maybe Rocky 2 might make the cut, or Creed.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the TV series Friday Night Lights and then the movie as well?
No, just the movie.
I thought the series was better than the movie itself.
Really?
I thought.
Never
Okay.
seen. Never seen the series.
If I would have remembered Bad News Bears, that would
Yeah.
have been on mine.
Miracle was another one I thought was there. It was a couple other ones.
Hardball is a good one.
Blades of Steel.
A League of Their Own.
It's so stupid.
Basketball.
Some good ones
Yeah,
out
what was
there.
that? Cutting Edge, wasn't that one? Or Tanya? Can Tanya count?
Can you count
I, Tanya, you mean.
dodgeball?
I, Tanya. Yeah. Dodgeball. Basketball.
Yep.
Did you guys ever see Miracle? That's a really
Tin
good movie.
Cup.
Never
Yeah.
seen that one.
Tin Cup's a good
yeah.
one.
For love of the
Happy
game.
Gilmore.
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore. I
Happy
should have
Gilmore.
chose.
So yeah, Bad News Bears I thought was a classic. So anyway, so I got to choose, huh?
Yeah, I
so
like
this is
Bad
Trent's top 5 are Space Jam, Coach Carter, Field of Dreams, Remember the Titans, and The Rookie. Ricardo picked Rocky, Major League, The Program, 8 Men Out, and Blindside. And Rosie picked Hoosiers, Rudy, Bull Durham, Caddyshack, and Friday Night Lights. Hate to say it, guys, but for the second week in a row,
Oh,
Wow.
Rosie
Again.
gets it. Hoosiers and Rudy are two.
Those are first off. Those are Brett's favorite
two of
movies.
my all-time favorites.
Yeah, so I knew.
Bull-
So I don't know if Rosie was catering to him.
Oh, no,
he,
no.
he knows you guys too well, I think.
Yeah.
Bull Durham is an excellent. That's a classic too.
Bull
I haven't
Durham
seen
was
that.
great.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
I'm lukewarm too, but I will watch it when it's on.
How can you not like Bill Murray now?
It's good,
Yeah.
and the Friday Night Lights is a good movie too.
Gulungula,
But
Gulungula.
I thought collectively that was the strongest.
If I would have remembered Bad News Bears, that would have replaced Caddyshack. But I forgot about that one.
This is tough between Trent and Ricardo as 2 and 3 because I'm a big Field of Dreams, and I just saw Remember the Titans. It was on TV just recently. I love.
I remember the Titans was a little too cheesy for me.
Coach Carter fan or?
Coach Carter was okay. Coach Carter was all right.
What was that one with? He was the college basketball coach that he took that one team from Texas all the way to the national championship.
Yeah, I can't remember either. We got to wrap this up
Yeah.
though because we got to get going. But I'm gonna go just. Sorry, Trent. It's nothing against you, but I got to go Ricardo too because I'm a huge Rocky fan. Major League with Bob Uecker. I mean, come on, and the Wild Thing.
Yeah.
I have not seen. I've
program
seen
is really good.
I've seen pieces of the program. I have not watched it
program
from
was
start
good.
to finish. The Blind Side I was a big fan of. I thought What's her name? The actress, Sandra
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. She did
Eight Men
really
Out
good
was a
job.
great movie.
Eight Men Out
if
2
you
was a
saw
good
that.
movie. So
Yep.
I think collectively. But Trent had a really good 5. Space Jam was obviously a classic with Michael Jordan. And
I
I'm a
thought.
big
Here's the
Jordan
thing.
fan.
I was
think I
gonna,
wasted
Space
my
Jam
first
was I was gonna take not in the first round.
Yeah, I wasted.
I'm like,
time.
no one's gonna pick Space Jam, and then he goes take that number 1.
So Rosie 1, Ricardo 2, Trent 3 in the top sports movies of all
So
time.
here's what's going to happen next week. Rosie, it'll be you, and then the following
Okay.
week it'll be Trent.
All
So
right.
don't tell anyone your
Okay.
subject. You have to keep that on lock
All right.
until we do our R&B podcast next week. Okay, and
Sounds
then
good.
Which
and
will
then,
be next Wednesday.
right, and then I think this week I'll get the first pick. And then,
Okay.
we'll decide who's second and third. But yeah, so just remember that, okay? So that's what we do to cap every R&B show podcast. Brett, great topic.
Thank you.
Great topic. There's lots of films to choose from. So congratulations, Rosie. You goof. You go and win it again. Second.
Yeah,
week
when
in a
he
row.
went Rudy and Hoosiers back to
I
back.
knew that was it. I'm like, that's it.
ball game right
Hoosiers,
there. In fact,
Hoosiers is my favorite, but Rudy too. I love it.
Now, if I was in position and I had picked those 2 movies, you knew I would have been doing
No,
it.
I would have given it
pander
to you. I would
you.
have given it to any of you guys. But listen, that's Thanksgiving tradition. The Christopherson house every Thanksgiving morning, I put in Rudy, and I've watched it. I don't know how many times, and I cry every time when he takes the field and he gets the sack at the end, and they're
the sack,
chanting
yeah.
Rudy. There's a tear coming. It's a family joke. They're all looking at me, and I'm just like, stop looking at me, guys.
Hey,
you know?
who plays Rudy? What's the name of the guy again?
Sean Astin.
Sean
Yeah,
Astin,
he didn't he in the Hobbit or
Yeah, he's Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise Gamgee. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Sam.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
I
gotta
met the
love
real Rudy.
Fortune, Charles Dutton, I think, played Fortune. He played. It's just a lot of
Yeah.
good acting. You got Ned Beatty in there.
Yeah,
You know, as Rudy.
It's a good movie. I'm not saying
it's.
it's not. In my opinion, I think, and we'll stop here, you guys. I think it's a little overrated. It's a good movie, but I'm not quite as attached to it as
just a
now.
good-
Hoosiers is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 3 words to say. I'll make it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can. Is it I'll make it or I can make it?
I'll make it.
I'll make it.
In fact, I want to get a Hickory T-shirt. I've seen guys wearing it with the kind of maroon Hickory.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those.
One last thing. Glory Road, was that the basketball
Glory
movie?
Road.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
it.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Okay.
it.
But yeah, some good stuff. So
Good
that's
stuff.
fun.
Great stuff. Well, yeah. Well, that caps off another R&B show, episode number 9 of our second season.
We'll
Thank
be
you
on
so much
Wednesday
for
next
tuning
week.
in. Next Wednesday, you're right. Next Wednesday we'll be back, so please check us out again. And then, if you can, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play on your mobile phone, and listen to us at any time that you want. Until next week, have a great week, everyone.
Hey, live coverage Friday, Bayport and Appleton North, 6:45 on all of our USA Today Network, Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages. Oh, I'm a little high too. I can't.